Harry Maragos. We run and own our own practice in Melbourne, Australia.
What's it called?
So currently it's Topaz Financial Group.
Very good. And what is the origin of the name Maragos, Harry?
Maragos, well, that's a very, very interesting question. So in the home country in Greece, many years ago, we were under Ottoman occupation. So the Ottomans couldn't pronounce the Greek names, so they gave us names of what our pastime was, so our occupations. So Maragos is the Ottoman slang version for carpenter. So my ancestors were carpenters, and apparently our ancestral name is Koutoukalos. Now what that means I don't know, but there it is. So we like to say that we're related to Jesus, because he was a carpenter too.
Okay, somehow I wish I'd never asked the question in the first place.
Okay, well you asked.
Tell us a little bit more about the business, Harry.
Okay, so a couple of years ago in 2015, after we came back from a conference in the States, we made a very conscious decision to specialise in estate planning and estate administration.
What was it about the conference that...
Well, it was something that I read in a money management article. So there's a Sydney-based lawyer called Peter Bobbin, and people out there may know who he is, and he's widely considered to be the godfather of modern estate planning in Australia, and he's a good friend and mentor to our practice. He wrote an article which was then presented at a conference in September of 2016, where he talked about estate planning and estate administration risk from a litigation perspective, and the risk that it faced, that advisors, accountants, lawyers, administrators, and other associated professionals face.
Okay, so obviously there's a big influence there, and we're going to come back and explore that.
Sure.
But before we do, let's go back a bit further. Let's drill down a little bit more into Harry and find out what you were doing before you became an advisor.
Nothing. This is all I've ever wanted to do since I was 16.
Wow. Now, so what's the story with that then?
So I'm sure everyone knows of a US sitcom called The Big Bang Theory, and they may identify with the Sheldon character.
I can see where this is going, Harry.
Yes. So I'm a math science geek, a math science nerd, a 16-year-old kid, had my whole life planned out. I was going to invent a cure for cancer, be a scientist, win a Nobel Prize, all that sort of stuff. And we had someone who my parents knew from the village, who came into our household, sold them something that was very good for him, not so good for the family. Mum and Dad bought into it 10 days before the 87 stock market crash. And I was so horrified. Of course, there was no free look period back then. There was no advisory documents. So I decided then as a 16-year-old kid to devote my life to this.
What a moment, what a thing. I wonder, we've talked about sliding doors moments with one or two other of your peers, but that sounds like it's an amazing sliding door moment if that salesperson in 1980 or just before the stock market hadn't walked into your family's life. I wonder where you would have. Maybe you would have finished up the same. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Life has like you said, the sliding doors. It's a great analogy. So who knows?
Okay. So before you were 16, before that event,
yes,
was there another life that you remember that you wanted?
I was going to be a scientist. Was going to research something, going to do my master's and my doctorate, because that's really what every good Greek boy would do.
Okay, fair enough. So it's a fascinating history that really explains what you're doing today and the passion you have for it. Tell us a little bit more about your business and what you're looking forward to, where you want to take your business.
Okay. We've always tried to adopt an evidence-based practice. We're a fee-for-service practice, and we take very much, I guess, a line where something out of the legal profession, where we jealously protect the interest of the client. So it's like best interest duty on steroids.
And you think that's going to be a proposition that's going to work well in the future?
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work well in the future. I think it's working well now.
My mistake. I should have worded that better, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I was at the lunch session we had just a few minutes ago. I was talking to a good friend and mentor of mine, and we were talking about the people who are not enemies, not threats, but the people who we really should be collaborating with. And it's lawyers, because effectively what we do for clients is very much based, the strategies that we implement, sure, it's about their needs, goals and objectives, and we talk about all those warm and fuzzy and qualitative moments, but they've got their roots in quantitative analysis. You know, why do we do what we do? Because there's a legislative framework and a regulatory framework as to what we do.
Okay, that's
but
brilliant.
that's the Sheldon in me talking.
Now, when you're not the Sheldon in your business, what do you do with your spare time, Harry?
So I'm a nationally accredited four-wheel drive trainer. I'm in 3 four-wheel drive clubs.
So that keeps you pretty busy outside of work?
Yes. Well, I haven't been to many trips in recent times, just simply because the business is going through its phase. I'm also halfway through a master's, so I'm doing a master's of estate planning to, I guess, formalise my estate planning qualifications. But I spend as much time in the last few years with family, because we've had some health issues in our family, which is also honed our estate planning and estate administration skills.
Okay, so family experiences help craft your business proposition as well.
I'd say that's a very good thing to say, Peter.
Well, best wishes to you for both your personal and your business future, and it's been a pleasure to spend some time with you. Harry Maragos, thank you for your time.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you.